Hi, it's Peculus here. And the other day I was talking to a friend and we were discussing young horses and how it's so much fun to bring them along because the growth is exponential, right? Like they start out being, knowing nothing, and everything they learn feels huge because they know nothing, so they're learning a lot of things all at the same time. And it got us, kind of going on and on about how awesome horses are, that they have this capacity to figure this stuff out and to kind of, they're all, when they first start, everything we ask them to do is outside of their comfort zone. But if you take it slowly and they don't ever have to be afraid of it, they eventually learn all this stuff, and it's amazing. So you end up, with, if you put a young, inexperienced rider on a young horse, it would be a disaster, right? Because the horse himself doesn't even understand anything, and the young rider is going to be hard pressed to explain it in a way that's in any way coherent to the horse. So eventually you end up with a horse like Dex behind me there, the white guy in the corner, who I trust 100% in all of my lessons because he's awesome, and he's an expert. There he is. He's an expert at translating what beginner riders are trying to say and doing it for them. It's one of the reasons really that we have a rule at my farm that you have to be that the age of the child and the age of the horse has to add up to 20, just because you don't want to have an inexperienced rider on an inexperienced horse. That kind of breaks down though when I get into my adult riders, because speaking for myself, I have no trouble making the half of the equation up to 20 without any help from the horse, and a lot of my adult riders are the same. So we have to think of a different equation for our adult riders. One of the things I find with adults is they'll come to watch lessons or something, especially if their kids already ride. And they'll come to watch and they'll see the kids cantering around and jumping over fences, and they're kind of like those. They're thinking of it like the young horse, right? Like, this is going to be way too much. I can't do this. It's way, way outside the comfort zone. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be that way. You can start slowly, just like we do with the young horses. Nobody gets on a horse and starts jumping around a course, or gets on a young horse and starts training a young horse without having gone through incremental baby steps to get there. And it's the same thing for the adult riders, that there's all sorts of steps they can take. And the good thing about being an adult is that a lot of times most adults come fully equipped. Right? They've learned some things in their life. They have patience, they have empathy, they have good judgment. All of these things are going to come really handy when you learn to ride, because the horse is looking for that from us as well. For all the adult riders that I've met, they've got this passion for horses. For those people, I always encourage them to, take that little step outside your comfort zone. Just a little step, and start, just start at the beginning and just work slowly towards something. Because honestly, if you've dreamt about horses all your life, what's waiting for you on the other side is so worth it. Anyway, that's all I got this week. We're finally warm up here in Ontario, finally. So we're enjoying that a little bit, and I hope you're having a great week as well. Stay safe. Remember to thank your horse, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.